IP address can be converted into a binary which can be COMBINDED to the C, A code 1.023 MHz and L1 1575.42 MHz. When GPS is combined with rubidium clock, an optical frequency comb to make an optical phase locked loop with all of the components to generate a THZ rubidium quantum optics supercomputer. Terrorists use this to hack into your personal information, and also steal our voice to vote by hacking our voting booths. Now let's begin. Hello, my name is Anthony Ariano. I want to ask a question. What do you really know about our GPS system? How it works and what it really does? Think about that for a second. What if I were to tell you it is the basic building block for a quantum optic THZ supercomputer, and can look into your home, also send audio straight to your head so that you and only you could hear it? You would think I was a nutcase. Well, I'm here to tell you it can, and I am going to explain how. I am going to explain how our navigation system works and how it becomes THZ GPS, optical phase locked loop quantum optic computer cloud system that can gather information from your phone computer, look into your home, hear every word you say, and inflict phantom pain on your body that does not leave a mark. We do have an upgrade on our GPS satellites now. They are making terahertz THZ GPS satellites. You may not know what THZ are right offhand, but almost everyone has been hit with it. You know them by when you go through a body scanner at the airport. There you go, you've met terahertz frequencies. Terahertz are a compound frequency infrared microwaves that can see almost anywhere. Keep that in the back of your head. Now back to GPS. I know before I found out what it truly is, I thought it was just a sexy lady telling me where to go, but oh no, our GPS is made up of signals. The ones that I will be focusing on are L1 1575.42 MHz, L1 1575.42 is also a GHz and is a microwave signal, and C, A code 1.023 MHz. Let me give you the definition and we will go from there. There are 4 signals available for civilian use. In order of date of introduction, these are L1C, A, L2C, L5 and L1C. L1C, A is also called the legacy signal and is broadcast by all satellites. The other signals are called modernized signals and are not broadcast by all satellites. In addition, there are restricted signals with published frequencies and chip rates but encrypted coding intended to be used only by authorized parties. Some limited use of restricted signals can still be made by civilians without decryption. This is called codeless and semi-codeless access, and is officially supported. Now stay with me because this is where it gets a little yawn. Let's start with the C, A code 1.023 MHz. This is where our ADIOFREQUENCIES and IP address can be added and changed into bits and become part of the GPS L1 signal. Yup. Here is a link that explains how it is done. It basically turns your IP address into ones and zeros. Computer talk. Radio frequencies. The radio spectrum is the radio frequency, RF portion of the electromagnetic spectrum. In the United States, regulatory responsibility for the radio spectrum is divided between the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, and the National Telecommunications and Information Administration, NTIA. The FCC, which is an independent regulatory agency, administers spectrum for non-federal use, i.e., state, local government, commercial, private, internal business, and personal use, and the NTIA, which is an operating unit of the Department of Commerce, administers spectrum for federal use, e.g., used by the Army, the FAA, and the FBI. Within the FCC, the Office of Engineering and Technology, OET, provides advice on technical and policy issues pertaining to spectrum allocation and use. Frequency can be added to C, A code 1.023 MHz. MUTIPLE frequencies can be added to C, A code using bit code zeros and ones with BPSK modulation method. Then it joins L1 1575.42 MHz, which is a microwave signal carrier which will become part of the optic phase locked loop. https://petri.com/csc_convert_decimal_text equals here %20 or %20 steps %20 on %20 how comma it's %20 binary %20 form %2c %20 without %20 memorization dot and text equals in %20 order %20 to %20 remember %20 these comma 1 %20 x %202 20 3d %202 closing parenthesis. Now that IP address becomes part of the GPS signal and part of the quantum optics computer, and a ping is all that is need to get that information from your computer. Am I starting to get your attention? But wait, we have our other two components to deal with. First, our rubidium atomic clock and optical frequency comb. Asterisk rubidium atomic clock. The rubidium atomic clock provides standard frequency time signal for control over the THZ GPS microwave signal. Will also provide rubidium, soft silver metal, atoms, vapor for T-ray, quantum optics computing, and torture with the addition of a 580 nm laser which creates THERMOPLASMONICS, a form of NANOPLASMONICS. A rubidium standard or rubidium atomic clock is a frequency standard in which a specified hyperfine transition of electrons in rubidium-87 atoms is used to control the output frequency. It is the most inexpensive, compact, and widely produced atomic clock, used to control the frequency of television stations, cell phone base stations, in test equipment, and global navigation satellite systems like GPS. Commercial rubidium clocks are less accurate than cesium atomic clocks, which serve as primary frequency, so the rubidium clock is a secondary frequency standard. All commercial rubidium frequency standards operate by disciplining a crystal oscillator to the rubidium hyperfine transition of 6,834,682,610.904 Hz. The intensity of light from a rubidium discharge lamp that reaches a photodetector through a resonance cell will drop by about 0.1% when the rubidium vapor in the resonance cell is exposed to microwave power near the transition frequency. The crystal oscillator is stabilized to the rubidium transition by detecting the light dip while sweeping an RF synthesizer, reference to the crystal through the transition frequency. Rubidium, RB, atomic clock, NANOPLASMONICS, used as a weapon on targeted individuals, standard frequency time signal, which provides control of the upcoming phase lock loop, rubidium atoms, RB atoms, protons, electrons, gas, vapor. Asterisk optical N frequency comb, W diode lasers 780 nm signal, 1550 nm probe, C-band, infrared, 1560 nm coupling, C-band infrared, 192 THz. In optics, a frequency comb is a laser source whose spectrum consists of a series of discrete, equally spaced frequency lines. Frequency combs can be generated by a number of mechanisms, including periodic modulation, in amplitude and/or phase, of a continuous wave laser, four-wave mixing in nonlinear media, or stabilization of the pulse train generated by a mode-locked laser. These together create an optical phase lock loop, which is a cavity that supports a controllable, navigational, targeting system, called a THZ quantum optics computer, that can send and receive information anywhere in the world. Now make sure you check my research that I have done while being tortured for 9 years. Open your minds, check my research, and above all remember this is happening all over the world. It is torture. Let's begin. GPS plus rubidium atomic clock, rubidium vapor plus optical frequency comb equals optical phase lock loop filled with rubidium vapor and terahertz frequency, which is infrared and microwave. The optical phase lock loop is put around its target home, building, voting booth. Rubidium atoms are pumped into the phase lock loop. Phase lock loop is an electromagnetic loop which causes the Zeeman effect, keeping rubidium atoms, vapor in line and trap in the GPS-controlled cavity. 0.1550 nm probe and 1560 nm coupling laser cause Doppler cooling, which is when lasers lower the speed of the atoms, optics down. A signal, laser 780 nm, is introduced, causing electrical-induced transparency, getting proton, electron cleared to absorb information and transfer it to 1550 nm infrared probe, C-band and or 1560 nm 192.114 terahertz, C-band infrared. Keep in mind all of these things can be added or produced with our GPS satellites. When a ping, computer hacking, is sent and received, all information can be taken live or recorded onto C-band and shared. This is the birth and incubator of a THZ Quantum Optics GPS Rubidium supercomputer. Ping is used to gain access to any GPS or satellite equipment in vehicle, and it can be used on any electronics in the optic phase lock loop. Let that set in. Pinging a new known and unknown host, port, and IP address will generate DNS packets. For any new known and unknown host, port, and IP address, it will generate at least 2 packets like request and reply model, and a maximum 27 packets we can generate per ping request. Now the information is ready to be shared via satellite or 5G. Image this phase lock loop over an electronic voting station. Computers speak in ones and zeros called bit code. Person puts bit code information into C, A code 1.023 MHz, which then goes to L1 1575.42, becomes part of the phase lock loop. Radio frequency over fiber, laser ROF, also becoming a part of a quantum optics computer with the ability to hack whatever is in the phase lock loop. Electronic voting booths. Need I remind everyone this system is what was attacking our American diplomats? The cricket noise. Please stay with me, it gets better. THZ GPS, rubidium atomic clock, optic frequency comb, able to put optical phase lock loop around a home, voting booth building. All of these things can be produced from a THZ GPS satellite and are responsible for 3 main weapon systems that are created with this quantum optics THZ GPS, rubidium, quantum optics computer. 1. Sonic, health attacks. 2. Weapons used on targeted individuals. 3. Voter tampering. This is my findings from almost 10 years of torture with no help. Bye. Optical phase lock loop, terahertz GPS, radio frequencies, THZ 192 frequency can see into homes, rubidium atomic clock, soft metal, metal nanoparticles, RB vapor, first half of components needed for THERMOPLASMONIC torture, and quantum optic computing. Optical frequency comb. Needed for quantum optic computing, 580 nm, 780 nm adjustable diode laser, 1550 nm probe laser, C-band infrared, 1560 nm coupling laser, C-band infrared, frequency 192 THz. These produce cavity and mobility of this phase lock loop. GPS containment of quantum optics supercomputer. https://u2.be/cpqx1acback. I can prove this exists and how it works. THZ Quantum Optics, electronic harassment, sonic, health attacks, weapons used against targeted individuals, and voter tampering are at their core made from our GPS, rubidium atomic clock, optics frequency comb, all made in an optical phase lock loop. I did it. I solved this shit. Terahertz GPS, rubidium, soft metal, atomic clock equals optical phase lock loop, OPLL. Rubidium nanoparticles contained in a GPS, rubidium, optical frequency comb, optical phase lock loop plus 582 nm diode laser equals THERMOPLASMONICPLZ. Look this word up, also known as electronic harassment. THZ plus rubidium nanoparticles in the OPLL equals T-ray body scanner. https://www.rp-photonics.com/terahertz_radiation.html. Imaging and communication from optical phase lock loop created by THZ GPS, rubidium atomic clock, optical frequency comb. This is the cause of electronic harassment. Voice of God. https://www.jins.com/americas/applications/optics-photonics/optical-phase-lock-loops. Optical phase lock loops. The incubator, womb for a terahertz quantum optics computing. Produced by Terahertz GPS satellite. Divisions. Terahertz GPS, rubidium atomic clock, optical frequency comb. One of the many things produced from optical phase lock loop is this. This goes by many different names. Voice of God, V2K voice to skull, sonic, health attacks. I will also explain how the cricket noise of an optical phase lock loop. First definition, abstract, an optical phase lock loop, OPLL, is a feedback control system that allows the phase stabilization of a laser to a reference laser with absolute but adjustable frequency offset. Now remember, with radio over fiber, these lasers have radio frequencies around them. Structure and function of an optical phase lock loop. Phase detector, low-pass filter, voltage-controlled oscillator, and feedback path, which may include a frequency divider. The voltage-controlled oscillator increases and decreases the DC current. The higher the current, the higher the frequency, and the lower the current, the lower the frequency. Here is a video link. https://youtube.be/kgshhjgvjgq. This is used for torture. I will explain how a person can hear this coming up. Inside of this optical phase lock loop, OPLL, are microwaves from carrier signals and terahertz and more, which are contained in an electromagnetic optical phase lock loop, EOPLL, which can be controlled with GPS and rubidium atomic clock, standard frequency time signal. Check my research. When the EOPLL is put around a target, that target is saturated with microwaves, and this causes the frontal lobe of the brain and the cochlea to swell, letting radio frequencies bypass the ear canal and eardrum, bouncing off the cochlea and onto the frontal lobe, producing sound like a cochlea implant. This is called microwave auditory effect hearing. The radio frequencies are added to the CA code 1.023 MHz on the GPS, becoming 1, then moves to be joined with L1 1575.42 MHz and sent out to be wrapped around the frequency comb lasers. This is called radio frequencies over fiber. Now remember, the EOPLL is made up of all of this, so consider it a dome of radio frequencies for now. The added frequencies can now be dialed up with SDR, radio phones, or any two-way radio like a police would use, and more than one frequency can be attached to the equals multiple audio signals, hearing voices, harassment, terrorists. Microwave auditory effect hearing. Sonic health attacks are brought on the same way, but what is heard here are the superposition beat frequencies. The cricket noise basically hear multiple frequencies of different lengths. Remember, our GPS is the cause of electronic harassment, sonic health attacks, and voter fraud. https://www.jins.com/americas/applications/optics-photonics/optical-phase-lock-loops. Phase lock loops. The incubator, womb for a terahertz quantum optics computing. Produced by Terahertz GPS Satellite. Divisions. Terahertz GPS, rubidium atomic clock, optical frequency comb. Whistleblowing. Terahertz satellites can see into anyone's home or private property. https://purview.live.mil/2018/12/27/next-generation-of-satellite-communication/. The rabbit hole runs deep. GPS plus rubidium atomic clock plus optical frequency comb equals optical phase lock loop equals containment for THZ quantum optics supercomputer. New terahertz satellites plus rubidium atomic clock equals T-ray airport security T-ray. This is how a directional energy weapon is made with American satellites. NANOPLASMONICS thermoplasmonic. When a target person is in a phase lock loop, they are covered in rubidium, soft metal, able to become a vapor, nanoparticles. When nanoparticles are hit with a 582 nm diode laser, they create what is called thermoplasmonic effect. This equals a DO weapon. American family tortured by ex-military personnel, Army. This weapon is used to produce sonic health attacks, voter fraud, weapons used on targeted individuals, remote computer hacking. These things listed below are produced by one system that we use every day. Computer hacking capabilities: ping, changing frequencies in a rubidium atom-filled optical phase lock loop. Diode laser 780 nm, 1550 nm, 1560 nm. C-band, share info anywhere in the world. Infrared. Terahertz sees through walls. Rubidium, soft metal, atoms, vapors, highly volatile with water. Zeeman effect. Radio frequency over fiber, laser, ROF. Voice to skull. Microwave auditory effect hearing. Doppler cooling. Gray molasses. A. V. Remote wireless vapor surveillance torture. Want to know what and how? It is responsible for sonic, health attacks, weapons used on targeted individuals, and voter fraud. Take some time and get to really know America's GPS. Definition of radio frequency. Any of the electromagnetic wave frequencies that lie in the range extending from below 3 kHz to about 300 GHz and that include the frequencies used for communication signals, as for radio and television broadcasting and cell phone and satellite transmissions, or radar signals. Many remotes, garage door openers and other things can be manipulated if radio frequencies are matched. Most of these radio freq can be utilized and manipulated live in the EOPLL. What frequencies do voter booths run off of? Ping. Frequencies can be added to C, A code 1.023 MHz. Multiple frequencies can be added to C, A code using bit code zeros and ones with BPSK modulation method. Then it joins L1 1575.42 MHz, which is a microwave signal carrier which will become part of the optic phase locked loop. Rubidium atomic clock. Optical frequency comb. NANOPLASMONICS thermoplasmonic. Alkali metal vapors, rubidium-87, enable access to single electron systems, suitable for demonstrating fundamental light-matter interactions and promising for quantum logic operations, storage and sensing. Here, we use plasmonic nanoparticles to convert light into localized thermal energy and to achieve optical depths in warm vapors. This is the DO weapon used on targeted individuals. The items listed above can work as generator and or satellites, and most of the time a combination of both to add, subtract items. With all of my tortured research, I have found that the most important part to this system is the optical phase locked loop. It is an electromagnetic field, dome, cavity. This system encapsulates its target with 3D surveillance and torture. Funny how water only seems to be the only real form of protection, and everyone claims tin and metals stop TI attacks. It is a metal, electromagnetic system, huh? All of these three systems working together and pack a punch. THZ GPS, rubidium atomic clock, and optical frequency comb. Please check my research. 9 years of torture is too long. Arellano family. 82,459 Deborah Dr. Indio, California 92201. Opening parenthesis 760 closing parenthesis 238-4785. Cell opening parenthesis 760 closing parenthesis 812-3942.